Artlist IO.
Howdy, howdy. How we doing today? Back with another video. I hope that y'all enjoy. If you do, please comment, like, subscribe. I greatly appreciate it. Now let's giddy up.
Here's some of the greatest conspiracy theories of all time. Part 4. The Grinch has a well-known backstory about hating Christmas. However, eventually in the movie, his heart grows 3 sizes and he loves Christmas once again. But this story may continue longer than we think. It is clear that the Grinch isn't exactly right in the head, but during one of the Grinch's wacky stunts, he could have gotten a head injury. This injury would later take a toll on him as he grew old and caused him to lose his memory. After him and his dog died, they were given a new life in a realm called Halloween Town, where they now lived as Jack Skellington and Zero. He later reunites with his love for Christmas, just like he had when he was alive. Both eventually wear a Santa suit, both deliver presents, and both have a dog companion. It may be possible that How the Grinch Stole Christmas and The Nightmare Before Christmas are tied together.
All right, so if you've seen the Grinch cartoon, and if you've seen the Nightmare Before Christmas, after watching that whole makes too much sense. It is kind of crazy if you think about it. I know it's a kid's cartoon, but Jack Skellington had the dog of bones. Can't remember his name, but yeah. Also, these first couple or few clips, they're going to be Christmas related, especially being it is December 1st. We only have 24 more days till Christmas.
Santa is actually image of Satan.
Huh?
Santa, if you reorganize the letters, what does it spell?
Yo,
It spells Satan, bro.
no, nah.
Alright, what's the color of the devil?
Nah.
The color of the devil is red.
No, bro.
Alright, what is the devil attached to? Greed,
Yeah.
right?
Uh-huh.
And what is Christmas attached to? Having lots of things, having lots of, whether it be toys, whether it be like gifts, like you want to have a lot of something, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Now, Christmas, no doubt was originally the celebration of Christ.
Yeah.
No doubt, right? But the theory is that the Illuminati wants to separate that idea that Christmas is part of Christ. Cause look at it now, bro. Like Christmas before, it used to be the nativity scene. We're thinking about baby Jesus in the.
That's all that. Yeah.
I mean, it does make a little too much sense, especially whenever you think about it. There's a lot of people that are like, gimme. All, they're not really in it for the, season of giving. It's just gimme. And aside from that, it is crazy the correlations between Satan and Santa, some of the things that they pointed out. And aside from that, Christmas amongst other holidays, if you go doing some research, it is one of the holidays that the pagans essentially were behind. So just food for thought.
What would Jesus say about Christmas? Well, that's an excellent question, and I've got my own opinion on that, and I believe that Jesus would say, why are you guys celebrating my birthday when it's not my birthday? As we all know, Jesus was not born on December 25th. Well, why are we celebrating Jesus' birthday on a day that wasn't his birthday? Now, maybe your kids are small and you celebrate their birthday on a weekend because their birthday lands on a weekday, so you might move it a smidge, but nobody moves it months. And I think if Jesus saw everybody and told us exactly what he thought about celebrating his birthday on December 25th, he would say that you are all celebrating my birthday in honor of the sun god, Horus, where they used to sacrifice babies to please him. And if you really think, if December 25th was actually a day of sacrifice of babies, how many babies would they have had to please Horus? Well, quite a few.
Is it not crazy? Kind of seems like, many things, part of history that they've tried to teach us or, try to have us learn that weren't even factually true. One of the things about Christopher Columbus, trying to teach us in high school that, oh, he was a great guy. And lo and behold, you later on find out what he really was, what he really did. So it doesn't surprise me the different things that they try to change about history, especially that, the society and the powers that be want everybody to stray away from Christ. So it doesn't surprise me that they would try to end up changing the thing about Christianity, about Jesus, trying to get people away from him. That's just my 2 cents. Let me know what y'all think down below.
Are people just devolving?
This is not fog.
You guys think this is normal?
What really is going on? What is this?
Mysterious fog has started to show up all across the country. Mysterious fog has been seen all over the...
Dude, this is crazy.
This is not normal. It's black.
I even saw fog in the bathroom today after I took a shower. It was actually falling from the sky. I mean, does everything really have to be a conspiracy theory? The problem might not be the fog, but actually your knowledge about fog. This document from the National Weather Service goes into more detail. You can pause if you'd like to read more about the different types of fog, or different fog characteristics like the formation, dissipation, and general forecasting guidance. And more specifically, if you're in the northern Gulf of Mexico, on the Gulf Coast of Florida, check this out. This will give you more information about fog along the Gulf Coast, because it is actually a fairly common thing here.
Now, I know that they said that happened across the nation, but I don't recall seeing the fog that was talked about and shown in these clips. If any of y'all did, leave a comment down below. Let me know what you had seen. The next clip that's about to come up is about to give a little bit more info and a little more backstory about some of the findings that others, that had experienced the fog themselves.
And what's creepy as hell is there's all these videos of like the fog, which looks like the fog I've been seeing here in Florida. But then when you take a flashlight or a headlight or something and shine it on the fog, you see these particles floating, but not like water particles. It's like different. It's almost like a snow or something, but it's not snow. I mean, it's happening in Florida where it's 80 degrees outside.
Daily Dot from yesterday, and it was talking about how people think that this fog is being used to create illness. That people are reporting that the fog also has an odd smell, and it's like a chemical or electrical or burning smell. And then it's after being in this fog with these odd smells that people are experiencing fever and coughing and sore throat and headaches and fatigue and like all the symptoms I have right now and that you've had the last 2 weeks and that everyone else has. And we read that they're calling it FogVid24. What if they're all being used as a transport?
So with all that, is it so crazy to think that there is a possibility, at the least, that there could have been something within the fog? I mean, I could understand if it was like, more of a smaller area, smaller population of where people were getting sick. Then it could have been something that was just going around in that area. But if there were multiple cases of people getting sick throughout, spread out through the states, then that's something else to end up taking into consideration. Like I said, I don't recall seeing the fog whenever this did take place, but it just, with all that, I mean, what could have been in it? And especially, I used to live in Florida, and I know how hot it gets there. So with the fog, how's it going to look like snow? I mean, it's rare that it has snowed in Florida.
So ever since we've had this fog show up all around the world, people have been experiencing some strange things. I'm going to tell you what I think it is. I have ChatGPT here. I'm going to show you in one take, no edits. Let's see. Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. How can I help?
Explain to me with a little bit of detail what smart dust is.
Smart dust consists of tiny wireless sensors, each as small as a grain of sand. These sensors can detect and measure environmental conditions, such as temperature, light, vibration, or chemicals. They communicate wirelessly and can work together to gather and transmit data, often in real time. This makes them useful for applications in fields like environmental monitoring, industrial automation, and even military surveillance.
So if the military wanted to use this to collect data from civilians or anything they really wanted, they could do that?
Yes, the military could use smart dust for data collection, including surveillance. The technology's small size and wireless capabilities make it versatile for various applications, including monitoring environments discreetly. However, the use of such technology would be subject to legal and ethical considerations.
So after seeing the previous clips and then seeing that one, was it just fog, or was there something else in there, or have there been different applications at different times? If you haven't had the chance, or if you haven't yet, and if you don't know anything about smart dust, go ahead, Google it, just look into it a little bit. You'll get a better understanding of the capabilities and even more further depth than what was just displayed in that video.
Dead internet theory is a conspiracy theory. It's not proven, but the idea is that the vast majority of the internet now is just bots. It's bots on the social media. It's bots making blogs. So I found a study that Berkeley did. They looked at 1.2 billion posts. Their estimate is in 2019, about a third of the internet, 35% was.
So a couple of different things. That goes to show, the power of AI and what it can do, and the fact that if it can end up making something, as far as even a report, end up seeming like it could be real, or that it was an actual documented, report that was put out there, that's pretty crazy. But that aside, I mean, there have been many platforms that have reported, just like it showed, with a lot of bot activity. It just blows my mind with, the percentages that are actual bots that are on these sites. So is it AI creating the bots, or is it, humans creating the bots?
In the future, entertainment will be randomly generated. Randomly generated? Randomly generated. What better way to achieve the unexpected? I've seen the future, Bob, and the future is autotainment.
I wanted to throw that one in there because if anybody grew up seeing VeggieTales, they know, Larry wasn't the brightest cucumber in the package. And so I thought that was pretty funny, now, and looking to where we are at with AI and Sora 2 and the other, platforms that are just, you can put almost anything in and, spits out a video. Pretty crazy. Automated videos right there.
The reset warning, listen.
Folks, it's happening. We're being left behind. There's a global boom in the trade in digital assets, in the use of stable coins.
Now, I will say I've seen a lot, over the years, but been seeing it more rapidly, over the last year about, things going away from the physical dollar becoming digital currency, whether that be going through existing platforms, existing digital currencies that already exist, or also heard that, it's going to be one that they develop. If you know what I mean, you know what I mean when I say they. But it's looking like it's getting closer and closer, to going to that reset. If you haven't, look up Agenda 21, look up Agenda 30. We've got numerous ones, and then every time at the World Economic Forum, they're putting stuff out there for people to see, but most people just ignore it, or they don't even know that that kind of event takes place.
Because now it's time for digital ID. Okay, 17 countries have rolled out or passed digital ID laws in the last 3 months.
Can you do me a favor and explain to me what digital ID is first?
It's implemented in stages, though, too. So it's implemented in stages. So digital ID is essentially tying your biometric. The ultimate goal is tying your biometrics to a essentially IP address on maybe, let's say, a blockchain, so that you can have your own social credit score based on the things you say, the things you pay, and the things you
Black
do.
Mirror.
Very 1000% Black Mirror. So basically every single Revelations type prophetic show that you've ever watched, that.
Because when I think of digital ID, I have been flying a lot lately, especially with Delta, and it has digital ID on it, and it's awesome because you walk up and you're like, it shows your picture. I have TSA pre-check and digital ID. I walk up, don't take my shoes off, my belt off, it scans my thing. They don't need my boarding pass. They don't need my passport. They don't need anything.
Well,
I'm in. I'm like, that's awesome, bro.
Yeah, it is awesome. Don't get used to traveling, though. Because beyond in this podcast, they're going to flag your ass. Yeah, bro, you won't even be able to start your car. Right, so it's that like inability to be able to buy or
Sure.
sell
Sure.
unless your social credit score checks out.
Sure.
So there's 17 countries that have all rolled out or passed this. Okay.
Okay, hold on.
All right.
When you say social credit score, because there was a Black Mirror episode. Did you watch?
It just seems like there's too much of a power grab for control. Everything that we see that, this is, the digital ID has existed in China for I don't know how long, rolling out in England or the UK, I should say. And don't doubt that that won't be something that they're not already working on in the US. I mean, if you think about it, with a lot of the security systems, the cameras that has the tracking, has a little box around each person's face and tracking them, well, that's going to be a thing. If you haven't seen it, watch Black Mirror. There's an episode that was basically, around the premise of digital IDs, but it was a social credit score, basically what the digital IDs are. And, whatever decision you make, you jaywalk, it impacts your credit score. You're not, nice enough, jaywalk. You litter, something else that impacts, your social credit score. If you haven't watched Black Mirror, go check it out. But yeah, as far as the digital ID goes, I hope that people in these other countries, especially, that if they disagree with it, go ahead, please, all stand together. It's just about more control and more control.
Ultimately, what you're seeing in other countries is moving to digital IDs. This is just implemented in Europe and in the UK. Yep. You're seeing it in a lot of places where you're going to have to need that to work and vote and travel. And it'll be even more of a constriction on your ability to express yourself, particularly when you think about the UK, which has had more than 12,000 arrests for very mild social media posts.
Isn't that crazy?
Fascinating. And
now, I can't speak to the rights in UK, but I can speak to the US having the Second Amendment, First Amendment, freedom of speech. And there was a clip that I saw not so long ago of a man in Texas that law enforcement went to his house because of something that he had posted on social media. So some of these things does not seem like we're too far behind some of these other countries with things that, they'd want to roll out.
Hey everyone, Robert Herjavec here. I'm doing a quick video today because last night we saw a cyber attack that I think you need to know about. I'll have a much longer breakdown of this attack and AI in general, but here's the short version because you need to hear it right now. We saw an attack that didn't come from a human hacker. It came from agentic AI. The attackers reportedly used Anthropic's AI coding tool, Claude Code. These are systems that think, move, and act on their own. What happened last night happened at lightning speed. This attack spread fast, escalated privileges, and moved across systems with almost no human involvement. Most organizations aren't built for that kind of threat. So what do? First, rethink identity and access. By the way, identity is no longer just humans. It's AI agents, it's machines. The proliferation of identity.
So I wanted to throw that clip in there because not only was that guy supposedly the godfather of AI, and if you know its capabilities, what it could do, if you say that, it could cause the end, it could bring us to the end, why would that not be something when you're developing? Maybe, hey, probably shouldn't be putting this out. I probably shouldn't create it. But no, you went ahead, turned the power switch on, and let it do what it does.
We have to face the possibility that unless we do something soon, we're near the end.
So after seeing the previous clip, not the one with Robert, but with the one of the godfather of AI, and then going into that one, where it took little to no human interaction to prompt the AI to go in and hack those systems. Is that not crazy? Is that not already alarming that, it's kind of getting out of hand? I mean, people were saying for years, if AI ends up becoming a thing, it's going to end up, if you don't keep a lid on it, it's going to end up going out, doing what it wants to do, basically. And there's been, other articles where the AI, its software had become sentient, Like that one article that came out about the Google employee that worked there. So it's just like, you know, is it going to be something that is going to be too far gone? I mean, to me, it almost seems like they should have been done, pulled the plug on it, and thrown it in the trash.
When Elias Brotberger goes to work, he doesn't need ID. And he doesn't need money. In fact, much of what he needs to get through the day is hidden right there, just below the surface, in his hand.
You like to touch it?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Oh, weird. Yeah, it's like a grain of rice.
Yeah, a grain of rice.
Embedded in his hand is a microchip that serves as his keys, his ID, and his wallet.
Yeah, it's all on chip, so I use it like to get around the building.
Buy snacks.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's buy some snacks. So I can't open it.
No.
Okay.
So what I need to do is I need to first blip my chip, and it will log me in, and from there I get access to the fridge.
Popular TV shows like Black Mirror have imagined chips as part of a dystopian future. Install ingrained procedure with local anesthetic and you're good to go. In Sweden, the microchips are already here.
The microchip implants use the same technology that's in contactless credit cards,
which have made cash pretty much obsolete in Sweden.
No cash.
At this tech fair, a chipping event for those on the cutting edge, merging their hands with this new technology.
I thought it would be fun, right?
The process is simple and swift. A pinch of the skin, and in a matter of seconds, the chip is inserted. The transformation is complete. As for the pain,
I barely felt it.
But even in this nation of early adopters, not everyone is racing to get chipped.
Feel less human. I will feel like a robot. I think, so much more data can go into this, when it's in your body.
There's no central registry tracking how many people are chipped, but biohacker Hannes Wellblood estimates between 5 and 10,000.
In the future, do you think everyone is going to be chipped?
I think it'll be voluntary, but I am certainly convinced that millions of people will find it very, very valuable to have a smart device under their skin.
Human microchipping may be our future, but in Sweden, it's already reality. Sarah Harmon, NBC News, Stockholm.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.
Now, that was an older clip. I'd actually seen that, not too far out from whenever it first came out. But I have been seeing more recently videos coming to surface where people are voluntarily going and getting that chip. And a lot of the comments that I've seen on videos, it seems like for the majority, most people are against it, which I was pleased to see. I hope it stays that way. Because I'm sorry, if I had to use a key card to get into a building, or even if I have to get cash out of my wallet, whatever have you, or pull my card out, I'm sorry, that's not an inconvenience to me. Especially to where something digital like that is being put in my body. I'm against it. I'll always be against it. If anybody there is a believer in Jesus, you'll know, and especially if you read Revelations, that is, something that is in the book of Revelations, talks about the mark of the beast. But outside of that, even if it wasn't, I'm sorry, don't want something put in my body. And I definitely don't want something that could be shut off and I rely solely on to gain access to buildings, buying stuff, et cetera, et cetera.
Video is for entertainment purposes only. So in Sweden, and I've read about this, it's been there over in Europe for a couple of years now. They have chips that they can implant in you. So when you go hop on a train, let's say you just go like this, click, and then you board the train. You don't need a ticket. You don't need to pay for anything. That sounds really good, doesn't it? Sounds pretty cool. So if you don't know the biblical prophetic narrative, that sounds like, wow, yeah, I'm going to go down and get one. But if you know the biblical prophetic narrative that specifically warns of a time in the latter days, which is, I believe, we're in now, it warns of a time where you will not be able to buy, sell, trade without that mark of the beast. Are we saying that this technology that's being used in Sweden is the mark of the beast? No, we're not. However, is it a step in that direction? Yes, it is. And that's what's alarming. People will take this without a second thought. Why? Because they don't understand. They have no knowledge of what is written 2,000 years ago. It's not allegory. It's not fantasy. It's not something that you can just toss away. It's prophecy. And this prophecy will come about, and we're seeing the nascent beginnings of it. I am Elie Marzulli.
I couldn't have said it better. Very informative. And I think he hit the nail on the head. Outside of that, that's it for us today. I hope that you enjoyed. If you did, please comment down below, like, and don't forget to subscribe. And I'll see you on the next one.
Artlist.io